All right, there we go. We already recording on both of them. So.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Yep. Gang. Goodplairs podcast. I am your host, Heavy Superior. Alongside of me is none other than my boy. Got his face on his shirt today.
Crazy.
My boy T Grizz in the building.
What's up, y'all?
You cool, calm, collected today, ain't it?
I'm chilling.
Don't let the preacher man scare you now.
Nah, I'm doing this for you.
Come on, man.
I don't want to see your son get turned
My
up
daddy
on.
cool.
All right, now.
Alongside of him is my boy John in the building. Shout out to them headphones. They going through it right now.
Gotta get a new pair every 2 weeks.
Don't let them do you like that. Got my boy headquarters in the building, man. Today my boy came through, dripped out. Know what I'm talking about? Popped the collar on him.
On me.
John head bounce. All right, John, you had a hot date today?
Huh?
You had a hot date?
I gotta get fresh just to have a hot date? Come on, like, bro. I always put it on. Come on now. I always put it on, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, but you ain't never put on like this.
Put some respect on my name now. Come on now.
Put some respect on my name.
All right, John. John walked there. I said, okay, now. All right, John.
Big stepper.
You talk to me like how they be saying black people when they be feeling like, where you heading to? You ain't got to You headed to a funeral?
And alongside me is none other than the Honorable. You can catch him each and every Sunday at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, located on Pike Road. On Wednesdays, he bring you the W3 Word. Tap in on Facebook. Get your Bible study in.
And YouTube.
Yeah, and YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Follow you on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
None other than my dad. But to y'all, Pastor Darrell Cunningham Sr.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
What it do, man?
Man, we ready. We looking
Came here with your denim on.
I tried to dress as fresh as I could.
All right.
Big stepper.
Fresh off the vine.
Fresh off the vine. You that ugly. They say we looking like though.
That's right. So be careful what you say about me.
Yeah, facts.
Nah, that's true.
Don't try to sneak it in there.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, pause. That was wild. Daddy, you know why pause, don't you?
In the name of the Lord.
Pause.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we don't play pause. That's why he don't, like, you say something borderline a little spicy, you be like, hey, pause. Hold on,
okay, got you.
So I said, I slid it in there.
You slid it in there? Okay.
Pause.
I got you.
That game actually came from the Bible. Knowing the art, they were bored. They started pausing the boat.
This man. This man.
About 2 million lines. They, whoa, what that was? Hold on now.
Yeah. Shout out to Jesus.
Know me.
Well, yeah, man. So the other day, man, your boy LeBron went absolutely bonkers. Another accomplishment on this belt.
I'm going to put my Laker jersey on, man.
For real? You are a diehard Laker fan.
Yes, sir.
That's where I get it from.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You be team switching, though.
No. Well, no.
You was Bulls fan when I was little.
He was a Jordan
Definitely
fan.
had Bulls snapbacks.
Yeah, we had Bulls. Y'all love Bulls. I like synergistic teams.
Okay.
And so when you find a team that got, but Jordan won the synergistic leader. It was Phil Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How y'all feel about LeBron reaching that pinnacle? Y'all seen your boy Counter hating on him.
Who that?
He'd rather get happiness than 40,000 points.
Who?
Counter.
Eli's counter.
40,000 points in the NBA. 21 years. That's still a lot of points, bro.
Had a lot of points.
So like Tim Duncan retired at year 17. And he had 26,000. So Brian out here balling. Like, going crazy. The only person I see in the league right now that got a chance of touching that is Luka.
And Luka said he don't want to play long as LeBron.
Exactly. Luka might be out for a year.
Yeah, he ain't got the body.
Yeah.
He ain't got the body.
It ain't in his DNA.
He ain't got the talent. See, if he got traded to another team, he wouldn't do what he's doing. He's not a synergistic player. He couldn't.
You don't think Luka putting up Luka numbers?
That's tough.
They give it to him, but he wouldn't have a winning team. All it take, I keep telling you, coaches don't defend him.
The NBA don't defend nobody.
Yeah, they don't defend him. So you know, he had came up in my league Man, he been shut down.
I think he got a good coach on defending him.
Huh? No.
Well,
ain't nobody defending him.
it's hard on defending. He about 6'7".
See, he got
Luka pretty big.
He got 2 whistles.
Yeah.
That keep players off of him.
Mm.
2 whistles. Them refs keep him off of him.
Yeah.
No, I ain't under contract, so I can say it. They can't find me.
Even with him, but y'all think they gonna go on a good playoff run though, Dallas?
Yeah. They got Jason Kidd coaching them, yeah.
They got a pretty good chance, Conference finals.
Yeah. I can see LeBron.
We ain't gonna stop them. We ain't going nowhere. I'm a Spurs fan.
Spurs. Oh, yeah,
we ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, nah. Y'all got y'all sights on 2026 against Wemby, brother.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because Wemby not even like that.
Stop.
Nah. Wemby can play.
Going 10 years.
That's cool.
Wemby can play, bro. I can see him get an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year.
His little brother, 16, already got a national title.
I ain't seen his little brother.
What he playing at though?
I don't know. He crossed the waters, but
See,
that's still an accolade.
The overseas players, bro, they not that. That's why the league.
Wemby not
now.
that.
He's 16, bro. Huh?
Wemby not that.
He not that, bro.
Luka not that.
No.
That's
Luka
Giannis not that.
I feel like Luka is him.
You got a few overseas players who can ball. Joel Embiid overseas.
But Joel Embiid different though.
He played, even though he played at Kansas, but
great.
See, the NBA then went to international, and now all the good players that's here getting overlooked because the NBA trying to be so worldwide. It's killing the vibe of the league. For real.
You gonna see them on the Olympics.
it helps though for some reason. Because like you got players like Porzingis, he like that. You know, he get hurt a lot.
Well, that
There's no defense. The lack of defense and the 3-point shot have injured the NBA.
Yeah, there's no defense in the NBA right now.
I agree with that.
At all.
It's entertaining too a little bit.
Yeah.
Because now you got point guards. They got to pull up half court now. Since Curry been doing that.
That's crazy.
They making them big men. They got to shoot now.
I mean, well, big men have to be more stretch forwards.
Yeah.
They have to know how to handle the ball. That stuff,
Shoot free throws.
The stuff that they told big man not to do it when they could have done it back in the G. They like play the paint out, everything.
That don't matter no more.
It don't really matter no more. So you really don't have any legit big man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to be a guard, which is okay. But we still need big men in the
You got like players like Rudy Gobert. He a legit big man, but Rudy Gobert he ain't gonna be in the league that long.
I like Cat.
I like him, but you gotta have somebody yelling at him 24/7.
Yeah, Cat.
He plays somebody like Draymond, and he just folded up all the way.
Draymond is
he a bullet, bro. But he from that cloth that a big man when it was big men like aggressive,
Detroit
physical,
When Detroit was the king of defense, dirty defense, it's different play. These teams today could not play against those defending teams.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like Detroit?
Yeah, like Detroit, Lakers. You couldn't play against they wouldn't be able to handle them. That the defense was too atrocious. I mean, you couldn't and Chicago team playing now Jordan in that era, man, these guys shooting these threes.
I think the Warriors can knock them out.
Not
with ease.
Not the 07 Spurs. Bruce Bowen on Steph Curry, and it's over with.
He clamped up, bro.
Bro. He lost.
Bruce Bowen was getting off, bro.
90 feet the whole game.
You had Curry, and you got KD, and you got Clay.
Yeah.
And you got Draymond running the point. That's tough. Offense.
Yeah.
I still say that's a team. A lot of them old 90 teams that want to play with.
I'm putting Tim Duncan out there. Matter of fact, Tim at the 5, Matt Bonner just because he a body. He gonna put it on Draymond too. Matt Bonner was a problem.
Man, come on, bro. Stop playing like that.
We had Boris Diaw.
Talking about the Red Mamba?
Yes.
Stop
Matt Bonner with a man. Come on now.
Matt Bonner can play.
Matt Bonner's a ball player, bro. Why you think they call him the Red Mamba?
He was decent. I ain't gonna take nothing away from him.
He was physical down there, but Draymond different.
We still got Boris Diaw.
Facts.
Coming at the 4 or the 3.
Facts.
Yeah, very.
Then Ginobili. Spurs ain't got no answer for Ginobili.
They
got Clay.
Warriors ain't got no answer.
Man.
Before he got injured.
Tony Parker.
Before he got injured.
He would have watched him,
Robert
bro.
Orr. No, my bad. I said 07. That's cool. Take Robert Orr out.
You got Tony Parker.
Who else on this team?
You think they beating the Heat though? That Spurs team. He talking about that 07 Spurs. Mm-hmm. You think? No. Do y'all think the 96 Bulls could beat LeBron, Chris Bosh?
I ain't never seen nothing like it. No.
The Heat.
No.
That was a last great NBA teams.
The first heat or the second one? When Ray Allen came.
When Ray Allen was in there for sure.
Yeah.
2002.
They had Mike Miller.
Defense, Doc. They were playing that defense.
They had Mike Miller, Sean Battier, Haslam.
Yeah,
Joel Anthony, Garbage, North Cole.
Bro,
they
had was a body, bro. He was a body, bro. His nigga had.
It's a reason he hit that bitch.
The big dark skinned dude,
the ball headed one.
Joel Anthony.
He started with the Heat the first year because the first year when they came together, they played against Boston.
Anthony was a bruiser.
He was a bruiser, bro.
Yeah,
he was a body.
Anthony,
bro.
It's a reason he hit that bench.
Brian at the 4.
No, they had Brian at the 4.
They definitely had Brian at the 3.
They had Brian at the 3. They had
Mario Chalmers at the 1.
Battier was at the 4.
Yeah,
then they had
playoff time. Yeah, Battier at the 4.
Because at first it was
that's a defense
Bron,
team right
Bosh, then Battier. Then you remember Shaq came in. They played against Boston that first year. Then Shaq had dunked over somebody. Then when Bosh got hurt, I think. I'm going on memory a little bit. They swapped them a little bit.
Spending it back.
I still remember that team. But I had expectations for them.
Bosh got sick when he had the it was some type of
kidney.
Yeah.
Thing going on. So yeah.
Because he came back doing Boston and they played against them.
I think they too much for the 96 Bulls. Honestly, there was a running gun team, Wade and LeBron in that year,
and they played defense.
They had Shane Battier.
Wade and Brian both said that they're not taking no shots, and if you go watch the footage for the whole year, they running gun straight to the grab.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So y'all picking the Heat over the Bulls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no. Because I got to think about it. The only spot I see the Heat was weak at was they point guard. Chalmers and North Cole were cutting it. You had Harper and you had Steph Curry doing that thing. They would 8 on them.
Not Steph Curry, Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
You got to realize Chalmers won championships all the way through from high school to college to NBA.
Yeah.
He a player like Fisher. He wasn't garbage, but it's a reason why they put Chalmers on that bench. Because you remember Bibby had started with Chalmers when they played against Dallas.
Yeah, that was disciplinary.
Yeah.
It wasn't
because he wasn't good. Yeah.
No, it was something he had to have done something disciplinary because he definitely was the one. To be a good point guard, you got to know the plays. You got to be able to deviate. You got to call them audibles on the basketball court.
Then when North Cole came in, it was time they did bench Chalmers.
Them young legs.
He was a ball player too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He played with
they had a good 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
But they played defense. See, these guys, the only time you see the end of that defense when you see Pat Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
He the only one show it today. They call him crazy, but that's defense. You know, he just older now. He can't run a 4.7.
He used to put the clamps on you, boy. That junk, boy.
Him, Avery Bradley, clamp God.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Marcus Smart, he still play defense, just get hurt a lot.
Marcus Smart can't control his weight sometimes, so he be on the slow side.
He be out here looking like Coach in 1 month.
You feel me? They're looking like they're bigger the next month. You feel me? You know?
About built like an exclamation point.
I like that.
Who legs you got on? Take them back. But yeah, man. So I think LeBron. I think he gonna wind up leaving the Lakers. Probably go somewhere. But his son not gonna enter the draft though, which I think is in his best interest because this year was not a good year for him on the court for real.
We had that major heart scare.
And
I don't know if I would want my son to keep playing that well because LeBron got all the wealth he needs.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of pressure to play 70+ games a year on that type of
time.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if I want him to do that, you know.
Either way, he's straight for real, honestly.
He's straight, yeah. He can run all of LeBron's businesses and be just as great.
Yeah.
Even if he want to get drafted to this league, I'm pretty sure I can't think of the dude's name, the free agent dude. Clutch Sports. I can't think of his name. The guy who over there.
Rich Paul.
Yeah, Rich Paul. LeBron be one of his closest friends. I'm pretty sure he gonna look out for him.
He is going to the G League if he try and get drafted.
Yeah, this year he definitely going. But his name might get him drafted though.
And that's
his name gonna get him drafted. His son name gonna get him drafted.
Yeah, because people want to see. The NBA. No sport has ever seen a son and father duo. So it's like, all right, on the same team, That's gonna bring so much revenue in. It's almost bigger than what he can do on the court. His ticket sales gonna be crazy the whole year. Endorsements, all that.
It take a unique player to play that long. Take care of himself. You don't hear no mess about LeBron.
Nope.
A specimen. He in better shape than some of these 20 years old. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lakers' problem is not the players; it's the doggone president. That's who they need to trade.
Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka need to be traded.
He been doing good.
No.
On recruit? I give him that.
Now LeBron crew.
No, sir.
He putting them players together. I get he did a good roster with us.
Pelinka have traded away 2 or 3 championship teams.
2 or 3?
Yeah,
fresh out the bubble, bro. That team shouldn't have went nowhere the next year.
You had what old veterans? What you had? Rondo.
Look at all his players around the league now. All the players he traded away starting.
Some of them was on Magic. You talking about Jordan Poole? He got traded. Kuzma got traded. That was on Magic.
Jordan Poole never played for the Lakers.
Yes, he. My bad. Clarkson.
Definitely should have kept him.
Yeah,
that was on Magic though. Magic.
Rondo was still balling. Wesley Matthews was still balling. Dwight Howard.
Nobody
was
wants to stand them too.
Rob Pelinka was not a GM. He was Kobe's agent.
Yeah,
and he should have never been put in that position because he had no idea what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel too.
You win a championship team and you come back and trade 6 to 7% of your players. No, sir, because he wanted to put his imprint on that. It's about winning. His pride got in the way, and he's still messing up. You train too many good players. You keep trading that many players every year, you can never build a solid team. At some point, you got to keep some good players in place, play them, train them, and get them to a system. Mm-hmm. You'll never win. If you did it, you might get a slight victory, but you got to have some key players that you can build. You know, you didn't see them trading. Phil Jackson would never let them trade them into players like that. Mm-mm. You wouldn't trade half your team every year. That's awful. 1 or 2 maybe. You know, the big center.
McGee?
The dark-skinned center they traded. Moose. What's
Mo
his name? Mo Bamba, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You develop a player like that.
He ain't. Well,
you develop a player.
I don't
even
know if he's in the league no more.
I would say,
he in the league. Mo Bamba in the league. Yeah,
I think he played for.
He still play. Yeah, he's still playing.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, he with Philadelphia.
For Philly.
Brandon Ingram still supposed to be a Laker too.
Yeah,
but they traded him for AD.
Brandon Ingram
bad move. Street clothes should have stayed at.
I like Brandon Ingram, but he could never play with Braun.
No, what?
Yeah,
both of them need the ball in their hand.
It's called role play. You know, that's where good coaching come in. But no, that trade, you can't trade street clothes now. Nobody ain't gonna take it.
Ain't gonna take it.
They got him for life. He gonna
somebody bite on that.
He gonna retire Laker, or he going back to
go to Toronto.
Yeah. Somebody bite on street clothes.
Yeah.
If you throw his resume to look like that's one of the best big man, he won a championship. It's a stupid team out there. That bite on that.
He going back to the Pelicans. I mean,
he playing good now.
He going
yeah, he can play good. And just when he gonna play.
Yeah.
I had to trade him for draft picks. That's it.
2042.
So
I mean, if you want to rebuild, yeah.
All right, that's all.
You're gonna take AD or give a girl $30 and she unappreciative about it.
AD.
That's your option.
I'm taking AD.
You said who? AD. AD or give a girl $30 and she unappreciable and choose.
I'm getting that girl that 30 ball quick. She getting that 30 ball quick.
And she unappreciative?
She getting that 30 ball quick. I wouldn't even hesitate.
John, you
cash up a cash.
you at the club, you see a nice bad one.
A little tender.
A little tender, you feel me, at the bar. Walk up on her. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, let me get you a drink. Okay, bet. I left my car. I'm finna cash up for the drinks. You cash up at $30. She look at you and walk off. How you feel?
I mean, I'm gonna feel played either one with AD or with her. I'm losing either one.
Would you rather take the
$30 loss?
Yeah, I gonna get that 30 ball. Because AD gonna accept me more. Gonna upset me more.
Yeah.
You had a 30 ball.
Yeah. That was a recent thing in the media this week too. A girl from here, she was she went on a rant on social media and she was like, a dude sent her $30 and for lunch, and she said that wasn't enough. She sent it back, told him he was broke, and blocked him.
Oh, she from here?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
She hang with Taylor. Stay Taylor made.
You got a name drop.
Shout out to Taylor, man. Don't let me meet her. I'll be her worst enemy. I did not know she was from here.
Yeah,
That's
for real.
That's crazy work. Wow.
That's crazy. I never understood that though. My whole thing with it is, if you're gonna send her something, send her some quality. Like, cause money's so disposable.
It's disposable.
30 is quality.
It's the least gesture.
Yeah.
When it comes
30
like
is
that.
quality for lunch.
30 is quality for lunch though. She said she need like 110.
And she lost her rabbit. Rabbit mind, no.
She ain't lunch at Paris every day.
You feel me?
That ain't no lunch. You.
Yeah. That's a feast.
She needed some money.
Yeah.
She needed
All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right.
That's past food. She needed some money.
She needs some money, but she got money though.
That phone
Well,
bill
she
was short.
But if 30 can put it for your gas tank or anything,
Yeah, you don't gotta spend it on lunch.
you feel me?
But she said in the video, you can't even fill my gas tank up with $30. What is that?
But you could put some on, bro. 30 at least a quart or a half. Gas like what, $3? That's 10 gallons.
Go platinum. How you would have felt mama would have told you that back in the G when y'all was dating? You gave her $30. She like, what am I do with this?
What I would have done? How would I felt about it? Well, that would have been her. She just wouldn't have had $30.
I ain't gonna hold you. Not saying I'm your age, my good sir, but $30 back then.
Oh yeah.
You up?
Man, you a
Gas what?
porterhouse steak.
Gas what, $1.09? Yeah.
That's about like 75 a day. 75 a day.
Like,
y'all already Papa Do's All Stars. Y'all would have been super Papa Do's All Stars.
real.
You can get a 2 for 25 Applebee's.
$2
Say you saw for lunch
You
later.
feel me?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
With dessert.
I don't know. I seen a lot of girls saying that a lot of women actually was like, I would appreciate the
Jester.
yeah. Thank you for that. But
Yeah.
then you also do have the girls out here that feel like that's way beneath me. But to me, I feel like the only girls that feel like that, and this ain't no slight to her, but I just feel like when you act like that, you ain't used to it. You probably just start getting money, or you just new to it. And so you feel like every opportunity that you get to get there, it got to be the maximum. And especially if I just start talking to you, what make you feel like that anyway?
Like I'm going out my way. Like, what is a special occasion or like?
That's a sign that you might not want to
Stay away from that.
That's a sign. That's a warning sign.
Yeah, red flag.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I feel like I could pay for how she treat me.
Yeah,
It's a dollar sign of her emotions.
Big fact.
So I don't even want to deal with that.
And if somebody's relationship is built on how much money you give them, that ain't a relationship.
Nah,
That's a business deal.
Yeah.
that's what relationships are these days. Sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's majority of a business deal.
Yeah.
And somehow I feel like the economy makes relationships not affordable no more.
Yep, exactly.
So
And social media.
I don't see how
Social
y'all
media,
do
for
it,
sure.
man, because back in my day, you could work part-time job in the department store or chain store, and you can have an apartment. Today, you can barely live with your mom and daddy.
man,
The economy, the income didn't grow with inflation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
I had a party tell me legit last year, and it was a joke, but I felt exactly where you're coming from here. Like, bro, 100K and 100K right now,
It ain't.
and I said, "You right,
them facts,
Man, 100K, you might need a second job for real."
Yep.
It's like moving in here, and I ain't like stunning or nothing like that.
yeah, for sure.
That showed me how fast you can run through 10 racks.
Bro,
Legit.
yeah,
Like you look up and you didn't got everything, you still ain't got everything. You like, bro, what?
still need
Where
some.
is the money going? What is going on?
And we over here trying to survive and live on a wealthy last dime, and we got people not accepting $30
That's crazy.
for a good. She could have went to Chick-fil-A.
You feel
Got
me?
a nice Cobb salad.
That's premium chicken.
You
bro.
feel me, bro?
And they closed on Sundays.
She trying to go to happy hour on her lunch, and then
You
go
can
back
still
to
ball
Cobb.
out on happy hour. You can go to your shelf, a couple of places for 30.
Yeah. $30 can take you far.
Yo,
free
Chef,
at
You
happy
can eat it
hour,
at Charles for 30, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, OG tacos for sure on me.
Shout out to my boy Fat Charles. He's a regular listener, man.
Hey, shout out, bro.
Love the good.
And you can go to my boy Travis.
Yeah.
You sure can.
Let me tell you,
Get you
Get you
a bad burger.
Yeah,
A bad burger.
Yeah.
For 2 days. Take you 2 days to eat it.
Yeah, you mean the polar sausage?
Yeah.
I ain't had one in a minute.
Lord, don't talk about that Polish sausage. Oh my God.
Oh
Man, did you-
When the first time you had one?
Man.
He
He
said,
went platinum
he
on
said,
that.
"Don't talk about that." Polar
Don't talk about that. It's so
Clip
much.
that for me.
That was pausable.
That's
That
crazy
wasn't
work.
neat like that.
That would be.
That, man,
When
I
you
don't-
first got here, you was amazed.
yeah, people were hesitant because they talked about,
Yeah.
how much food you get all that food in, man.
Ah, yeah, he like Chinese people with
Oh my goodness, I've never been
He
able to
still
eat
like
it.
Chinese people.
no homo. Oh, he smacking all type of burger meat on top of that
Ooh,
post. Like,
boy.
I know it on like this on that
You
show.
probably had to have a slang on that arm. All that ground beef you used to put on there.
Oh man.
Shout out to Travis, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no food smells, bro.
All the food trucks in Birmingham. Shout out Whitney. She want to come on the pod.
Yeah.
SKA.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's my dog. But yeah, man. So recently, Ty Tribbett posted on. He went to the Breakfast Club. They was bigging him up for his his accomplishments. He won. He went from losing 13 Grammys in a row to he finally won 3 for his recent album that he just put out. And during the discussion, he was just giving his testimony about how he went from growing up in the church. Y'all grew up in church? You did?
For the most part, yeah.
I know me and John did.
Yeah.
John was on the usher board. You look up, John. what it is, John?
I'm not gonna pay you no
He
mind.
doing the white gloves.
John had the red shirt on with the black slacks.
John walking up the phone, give me your gun.
Put it on the fan.
I'm not gonna pay you no.
What it was, Monday nights, Bible study, Tuesday, choir rehearsal, Wednesday, midweek, Thursday, practice, Friday. Well, we was in church, but
It was Wednesday. Y'all, on most part, Wednesday, Saturday.
Wednesday, yeah, we ain't used to go to Bible study like that. We used to
we
go.
did.
We did, but when we got older, we used to beg to stay at home.
But that didn't happen.
Yeah. But 3:30 service, all that good stuff. There was some,
That Ty Tribbett issue is a major issue
yeah,
because it could mislead you.
yeah. So he said, hold on, let me go to it.
It's the headline is misleading is what was said because
I mean,
What
even
he, was,
within
what
the
he said was
conversation,
just saying that
oh.
is misleading.
he said, I'm gonna play it so we can play it for our
It's
listeners.
a system now. Oh God, it's a system. Everything is a system, and systems work with or without God. So I think the institution of church is whack. I think how church is ran is whack. I think the religious system and structure is whack. I don't subscribe to it, even though I grew up in it, I benefited from it, but I learned that God is not the church. And once I realized, whoa, God ain't church, that for me, you know what I mean? I ain't from the streets, I'm from the church. So that was a huge thing as well.
It's in the Bible. It says you can't even find God in a man-made temple.
Why don't we read that though? How often do you hear that sermon? No, you hear pastors make the people about the church. We got the church name, we church and the bumper sticker, the church. The church should be about the people. The church should be about the people, but the church makes the people about the church. So all churches now are a movement, but they're not about the people. They're not about serving and loving the people. But what do y'all look for when you go to a church? What do y'all look for? Like you said,
That's enough of that, D.
Don't touch your soul. Don't
That's sickening.
I got
I lost mad respect for him by saying what he said, cause you can't lump every church into one group and say he said all. Two things, he don't understand what the Lord said about the church. He don't understand that.
What he said, my boy?
He commercializing it. Some ministers have built some powerful ministries that have saved a lot of lives, and for him to make that statement, he benefited from that. But the way he look at church, he's looking at church as a business, and that's why he said what he said. He's not looking at it from a spiritual standpoint. I don't excuse him for it. I think it was atrocious for him to make that statement.
Yeah.
Peter revealed when Christ confronted Peter, he called Peter by his original name, Simon Bar-Jonah. He asked him.
They had a name on it.
Sound Bar Jonah.
You thought he said sandwich bar Jonah. You got over it in there.
He asked him. He was asking him, who do people say I am, and he told him, "Thou the Christ."
Yes, sir.
He said, flesh and blood didn't tell you that. So what you saw, Ty Tripp was talking about flesh and blood. He went in the spirit.
I also think, now that I'm older and just like hindsight experience in church, and you grow up and you see people, and it's good, bro. We got carpet cleaner coming in here Saturday, and you see church and you see, let me rewind it. You see people in church, and when you go to church, people have on costumes, and I learned that over the years. You go to church and people like this, they fit the character of a church goer. So when you see them in the world, in that light, it's like, whoa, you went to church with me. You're supposed to be doing that. And when people see that, people buy so much into man that they forget that you got flaws too. You know what I'm saying? Especially with like y'all being preachers, like people don't allow y'all the space to be human because they think, all right, he a preacher, so that's my hotline to God. You know what I'm saying? When really, God everywhere. Like I tell y'all all the time, bro, I walk with God. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, don't put them on people. So when people see somebody doing that, they instantly associate it with church. So they associate that. When you think church, you think of the building in which you go to church more so. So if that's making sense what I'm saying.
I do.
So it's like, I get what he's saying, but like you said, he should have worded it better than what he
he didn't explain it correctly. Church is in you. He said, Peter, upon this rock. He was talking about, he called Peter a rock. And so he was telling him the church is inside of you. And
what do you think he would have said to John Head?
He got a mega church.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Your church can fit about 100,000.
No, but he did not.
He got a mega church.
He misled the truth behind the church, and you're gonna have some folk leaving church because of what he said.
Yeah.
And when you make statements that cause people to leave church, you're going against the very word of God. Mm-hmm. And he did that. What he said, he need to explain it. All churches aren't like that.
Yeah.
And so you can't put all churches in one basket. I mean, you have visited every church in the country and you know what every church doing. That's not what he made a bad statement.
Yeah.
It was more of a hype statement to get some likes and some people watching him when he shouldn't have made that statement.
Yeah.
He basically saying like all women the same or all men the same.
There you go.
I feel like his statement was very wrong, and as a man, I can't make him recant on his statement. But
he can though, because being a man is knowing when you're wrong and correcting.
Exactly.
But that cat you can't put back in the bag.
Yeah, that's one of the other ones.
I mean, you can though.
Social media gonna keep it out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that I think what he did was he pushed the narrative of most people of my generation pushing today in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because my generation kind of like the church messy and like it's not right, so they ain't getting that out of church.
Yeah.
So they just not going.
Yeah.
But they forgetting that God within them. You feel me? Like the church is in
there you go.
So
they
leaving God in the church when they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that we have in my generation.
Mm-hmm.
But what he said is just like, hey, all these churches bad, bro.
Yeah.
So I want to hear his story a little bit more to understand why he thought that, because he came up in the church.
Yeah.
And, everybody don't have good experiences everywhere. And I learned 4 years ago, 2020, I don't condemn human beings for being human, like you said. Being human.
Yeah.
So everybody falls short sometimes, but it's up to the people, us people of God, to surround him and bring him up.
Yeah.
So, well, you said it. You said it was an experience that he had.
Yes.
But he can't come to you and say, man, your church bad. That your church is not church. He can't do that because he don't know what this church is built on. And when your church is built on the principle of Jesus Christ, to make that statement now saying that Jesus Christ is not bad, you got to be careful what you say.
Yeah.
He said the churches are bad. He didn't specify upon this church, and you got to be careful when you make that statement, because my church is in here. Even though we worship, and the Bible said, forsake not the assembly, what that means is we can assemble in love, which overtakes every amount of hatred, all malice, all the stuff you see. Love is the greatest element that accumulates when you pull people together. That's why Christ said, forsake not the assembly. I mean, don't ever discount it. And what he just did was forsake the assembly. He just went against that very verse in the Bible.
Yeah. So why do you think, like, people put their church hurt towards church and not man? Like,
because people come to the church to get help, and if they don't get it, then they blame the church in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
You know, you come. I heard people say, one of the statements I despise hearing people say, ain't nothing hurt like church hurt. You hear people saying that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I can get it though, because you go to church.
Why would you think that?
Because you're going to church and you're looking for a healing, and a lot of times when you go to these churches, it starts at the door. Somebody might come to church hurt. Some people might come to church with all they got, and some cases, you might have, for instance, a stripper might come to church. She ain't got the best of clothes on, but I think people overlook the fact, and she might be like battling with trying to stop stripping, and then that means her money gonna get cut off. The bills might not get paid.
That's it.
So instead of y'all, and not y'all as in you, but instead of the body of Christ, instead of people just welcoming with open arms, now you know you're supposed to come to church better than that. Or you're going to get some slick from somebody saying something, opposed to you just saying, hey, come here, you need prayer. You know what I'm saying? What you're trying to do, like what you're going through. And when people face that situation, it kind of be hard to put being accepted and getting that void feel that you came here for. It kind of make you forget about that. And like, that's when you get caught up in, man, these folks, you know what I'm saying, at this church is blah, blah, blah. And then people get church hurt like that. Like,
I feel like the church hurt comes from the criticism that you get from inside the church, like you said. I've heard many times that the most judgmental person on earth is a Christian.
That's facts, bro.
In which it's with the culture sometimes. Like you got your older Christians, like my grandma. She'll read you to the you feel me? Front to back and everything, but it's out of a different side of love. They were just rough back then. Like it's different ways to say stuff. So it goes into the tone of, you know, we in the South era of everything in life. You can't really say too much to too many people. Everybody get offended. Plus, too many people have a platform to speak their opinion. But once you like Ty Tribbett and you got a platform, you got to watch what you say. And I think that's like all we've been saying is that's the only thing he messed up at. He said the wrong words in a sentence at the same time. So I'm not against what you said. You probably you pastor, so you got your own gripe with him. But like I said, he what he said, I feel like he gonna come off and restate it in a different way.
Try to apologize.
Not apologize, but
explain it.
Explain it in a different way, because apologizing means that he see fault in what he said. I don't think he see it. I feel like he gonna explain in a way where everybody can understand better where he coming from, and some people might accept and some people might not. But I accept it from a standing though.
Me too, bro. So, because that's God's job to deal with that.
Exactly. Anytime you lead people away from church, that's the same thing Satan does. So you cannot lead people away from the church, and the church hurt comes from people holding the people in the church to perfection, and people aren't perfect. There's not a perfect soul on this earth. So you're going to find imperfection in the church, but you can't blame the church. You got to quit talking about the church people, and you got to come to church so that God can help you, and pray for the people in the church. And you come with an expectancy of perfection, and you don't get it, that produces church hurt.
Right.
What do you think normal imperfections in churches come from within the community of churches, like the people inside the church? Where do you think it comes from?
Just being human. I mean, humans are not perfect. You know, we're not perfect. We're gonna make a mistake every day. You know, or in your travels. There's no such thing as a perfect person, because if it was, we won't have a need for Christ. So and people coming with the expectancy, thinking the pastor's perfect, the deacon's perfect, and the generational expectation came from your grandmother, my grandmother. They had to do things in a manner that would keep people saved because they had no other people to turn to. Yeah. They couldn't go to man or society. They couldn't go to a psychiatrist. They couldn't go to consultants or advisors. The church was their everything. So they held it at the highest thing because they didn't have the same resources that people have today.
Yeah.
So the church was your everything. You needed help. You went to the church for everything.
And I think that's more so what he was speaking to too, was you got people like Joel Osteen. Like, I despise Joel Osteen, like, in the highest. And what's the other fat dude that keep cheating on his wife? Not TD
John.
I know you're talking about.
John, he the book of John. I know you're talking about big guy. Yeah,
yeah. He keeps like it's pastors like him. Like, it's like you supposed to be out here saving souls, bro. You out here with like TV shows and you going like buying Lambos and posting them on Instagram.
Super platinum.
Super platinum. You out here buying all these mansions and stuff, and then you still got people in your church like doing that. So that's another way I can see why people would have church hurt. Because it's like, bro, like, it ain't y'all job as pastors to financially take care of another person.
Mm-hmm.
But however, it is y'all job to comfort that person and, most importantly, make sure that they soul at ease on some type of level when they get done.
Yeah.
You supposed to lead them to where you're supposed to go. Where they supposed to go, and wherever God show you where they supposed to go. And
people just take the expectation up to, like I said, perfection, and that's not the only perfect being to walk this earth with Jesus Christ. And when you try and hold man to that standard, you're going to find it, and when you find it, you're going to exaggerate it that way.
Yeah.
And that's what people have to realize, that pastors are people, just like you said, they are people too. And they hold them up to a high esteem. Like Joel Osteen, don't get mad, pray for him. You know,
I pray for him, but
he's saving souls, but the way he's doing it, some people become questionable about that.
Cashing out on Jesus.
Yeah.
They three private jets.
Yeah. But you look at other folk who are not preachers. It's okay for these guys that, you know, got $10,000 worth of gold in their two top teeth. They leading people that way, and they doing whatever they want to do. But as ministers, they don't see us. They look at us as we should not have a comfortable life. If we do, we pimping the church.
Yeah,
you know, you can call the pastor pimp church, and that's why I asked the Lord to bless me before I became a pastor, so I won't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But for the pastors who built their wealth by being a pastor, people don't understand that, and they cut that.
Get my mic on.
Know what I'm saying? Cut the volume off on your phone, bro.
Oh, that's not mine.
You can't hear it because your headphones on. You hear us.
That's not my phone.
Oh, my bad.
See?
Is that TV? Is that computer?
Oh, that's the people in your meeting. Your Zoom call.
Sure is.
Oh,
you want to take
You
that?
exit out.
You want me to take that?
Is John on the camera? John, if you on the camera, I know they like this way. It's a clown outside of the camera.
You want to take that? And then,
I can take that.
Because every time you hear it up,
because we can edit this part. Right?
Okay. Are they still on that, John?
Where you Zoom call that?
It's on the Chrome.
It was
My bad, John. I apologize, bro.
Yeah, it was coming from the computer. I knew it wasn't coming from his phone. Yeah. Okay, they on that now. Yeah, I can go over that now.
Yeah, you can take it.
You need that computer though.
Yeah. Stop it, John.
Oh no, they good.
How do you stop the Zoom call? I can't even see the browser.
Know what I'm saying? Stop the Reaper, so he can go in there.
Just say we're gonna do a quick break. That's cool.
All right. Well, we're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to this indie pick real quick. This is since we got the preacher up here today, my boy Daddy. We're gonna go with 1K Few. This off the project that he got with Zaytoven. It's called Pray for Atlanta. And the song that I'm gonna play is We Ready by 1K Few. He a gospel rapper out of Atlanta. And he absolutely fire.
We ready.
And we'll be right back after this.
For sure.
For y'all. I was about to start.
I'm gonna teach you how to start a fire, how to count, all that stuff too. So,
Like a Girl Scout?
nah, it's my child. I'm gonna teach you how to survive on the land. That's it. I learned it, so I mean, I feel like if I got the skills, I can run it straight to it.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're ready. All right, let's go.
All right, Goodplairs podcast. We back. That was 1K Few with We Ready,
Cool.
featuring Zaytoven and Pastor Troy. Pastor Troy was really him though
Very much so.
in the era.
Anytime you come to Birmingham, all love.
Oh, yeah.
No,
He used to sell out at the
You
platinum.
do need to put that wrestling belt down though.
we gonna pack Atlantis.
Man, bro, chill out, bro.
We off that, bro.
Bro, chill
Had
out.
the same belt. Pastor Troy, he a rapper. He ain't no pastor.
Yeah.
So he preaching for the. Oh yeah, you do know.
You
Pastor
preach for the
Troy.
streets.
But before we left, we was talking about the Ty Tribbett situation. One thing that I did want to get to in that was he said structure of church is whack. Do you feel like church need to have structure?
He's saying that a church shouldn't have structure.
No, he said structure in the church is whack.
Again, he's over sensationalizing too many churches. He can say where I am, or that's how he's feeling. People that don't like structure usually don't like to be obedient.
Correct. They don't have discipline.
They don't. There you go. That's it. They don't have discipline. They don't want to take instructions. They don't like to be held to a standard. They
Tell
don't
them what
like
to
people
do.
to tell them stuff. They
Yeah.
think they want to be free and do what they want to do. When every successful organization, church, whatever, have structure. You got to have structure.
Like what's your idea of structure in the church?
In a church,
Yeah.
now you have your religious side and you have business side. Church is a business. You have a business side that keeps the lights on, the billing paid for, food supplied, and that's one side. And then you have the religious part where we prepare the word of God. So which one? And both of them require structure.
We can start off with the religious side.
The structure, Christ gave us the first one: study to show thyself approved. That's structure, meaning you don't want someone who have not studied the word to try and teach the word.
Mm-hmm.
Then he give us other rules. How can we, the church, hear a preacher unless you hear the word, unless you hear a preacher? How can the preacher unless the preacher been sent? And so that's structure. That's structure. Anytime you're dealing with faith involves structure. Christ gave numbers, 12 disciples. He fed 5,000. All of them had a different task. He gave all of them assignments, and you find structure throughout the Bible. So that's, they couldn't go out and do anything. Christ gave them the word to learn, and that's structure. That's why you got, how many books of the Bible, how many disciples. He told them when I was going to, on the third day I'm getting up. That structure, all that structure.
So this is a side note off of the topic of Ty Tribbett, but this is just something that I always wondered.
Mhm.
Well, not always, but just growing up, coming to age, and then, like I said, reading and stuff like that. How you feel about it going straight from Adam and Eve to Cain getting kicked out to Noah in the ark? Am I right?
Yeah,
It skipped all that right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Time is a gift that God controlled and designed. You can't stop.
you think
it.
God made time or white people made time?
Oh, God made time. God designed time. That was the most significant gift he did. When he said it separated night from day, that's time. There was nothing now void. God created time. So people didn't create time. God created time. You can't stop time. You can't stop the sun from rising and going down. Man can't stop that. So that's all attached to time. God put that in place. He hung the heaven and the earth in place.
That was the most gracious political answer he could have ever gave. I loved it.
Who, him?
Yeah, I love it. You cannot stop time.
You can't stop time. God created you can't stop what God created, and you can't create what God stopped.
On a basis, I do think in the Bible time was confused. I feel like our calendar has more days than the natural calendar because people lived back then for like 900 years.
Yeah, Methuselah 965.
I don't think they was that.
I don't think the years was as gracious as ours in days.
Yeah.
But I do believe like their time calendar probably went for about a good 4 months. Like,
So you think the time constraint, how we count the year 365?
yes.
They probably had.
Well, the reason why it was the same is because the same sun that shine on the earth then is the same sun now.
Yeah.
He hung all the heavens in place. He didn't change Pluto, none of the planets. They just weren't discovered. So it was the same time, according to the gospel. It's the same time.
900 though, bro.
Yeah.
That's a stretch.
Yeah. But you got to realize it wasn't that many people on earth, so it was room.
It was wrong.
It was
to
wrong.
live that long.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that many illnesses already born.
There you go.
And people,
There
even
you
though they
go.
were eating of the flesh, they were eating of cleaner flesh.
Yeah.
So
You got it. And we don't know what God's purpose for that was.
And in the Bible, when God wanted to population control, wipe them out. That's all.
God,
So God had a problem starting over back then.
Yeah,
So you have them in the years.
He did with COVID.
Well, that and then you have to realize in Deuteronomy 27 and chapter 27, 28, there are punishments and rewards in there. So if God set the rules up, if you do A, you get this, and you do B, you get this. God didn't make that choice. You did. You know the rules. If this will get you one thing and that will get you another, choose you which day. So you have a choice. You have a choice to receive the thing that you get. That's a choice.
Facts.
Yeah. So, another thing, and for the people that's listening right now, this is it's just an open discussion. It's a podcast, first off, but this ain't a space for like judging. And when I ask questions, I ask from an ignorant place, or I just want to know people's opinion on it.
Unknown place.
Yeah, ignorance is to not know, right?
Yeah, it's unknown.
It has a negative connotation to the word.
Negative connotation, exactly.
And then I talk to my dad all the time about this stuff, so it ain't like this is his first time hearing my philosophy or asking him questions that the normal person probably won't ask. But I forgot where I was going because I just had to give a disclaimer.
I got a philosophy about.
You said something about something that you didn't know about, and you forgot it because you didn't know about it.
I was gonna say I got a lot of biblical philosophies and stuff about the world. I've reading my Bible and reading other because I study other religions just so I can understand more. That came from my Western civilization. I want to learn.
Got
Greek gods, Norwegian lords, gods, everything. I feel like, and this is just me theory. I feel like they're just fallen angels who came to earth and got worshipped because they has powers.
That could be.
Definitely could be.
Yeah,
The part of the Bible skips it because it's not important to our land. So
yeah.
and our way of living. So,
But like I was reading, you can tell me how you feel about this. But it was like, what is it? King James. He took out. Now this is just. To some people it's fact. To some people it's hearsay. To some people it's not.
yeah.
They say he took out certain parts of the Bible because and changed a lot of stuff because it was basically his philosophy was we can't beat them, then we might as well join them. Like he couldn't stop. Was that Caesar ruling when Jesus? Who hung Jesus?
Augustus? You talking about Herod?
Which one of them put Jesus on the cross?
It was Caesar.
Yeah.
The one Caesar.
Caesar
It was
long after.
Yeah.
Whichever one it was. They did it because God following was getting so big and they couldn't stop it and they stopped worshiping the king of the time. So as a result, he was like, we can't beat him, so we might as well join them. So he took out one, took out here, took out there, reissued the Bible out, and then boom, boom, boom.
And then he killed the part in the Bible that says, if you change this Bible, then you will be damned. Anybody
That was supposed to be in there?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, you heard that though.
It's in the Bible.
Oh, what did it say?
Am I correct? If you correct my statement, there is in the Bible that it says if you change anything in the Bible, take anything away from it, then the person will be damned.
You got it. You can't add nothing to it, and you can't take it away.
Because, like, what if it's, I asked you this even when I was little, what if they took something out the Bible that we were supposed to know? Are we still held accountable for that?
No, because the Bible is the ordained writing of God.
Yeah.
He used people to get it into our hands. He could have put it there. People, something you hear folks talking about the lost book of the Bible and all this type of stuff. That's like, I write all the time. So if 2,000 years from now, someone finds some of my writing, they're going to say, that's the book of Darrell, a lost book of the Bible. It wasn't. I was just commenting on it.
Yeah.
So people developed that over time. But God had a way of making sure that those 66 books became the word that he wanted us to live by. And that's why they're so profound. So that you may find scriptural writing of other writers, but it wasn't the chosen books that God.
So like, what if it was an era where, okay, so a lot of people believe that, well, it ain't. Black people, we've been like in power for like before what we taught as like slave minded in school and stuff like that. So what if the parts like, cause I heard it's a book called Enoch that's supposed to be in the Bible.
Enoch, yeah.
And that was like one of the most empowering to ourselves.
You can find a version of the book of Enoch online too that's like not translated the right way. Yeah. But it's almost there. Yeah. You can find a version of it online.
Okay. Yeah. And a part of the quote unquote agenda to keep us where they need us to be was to not allow us to read that. God still allows stuff to happen. Obviously. You got rapists and stuff like that. So if it can go that far, I can only imagine they want to keep the mind control to like a maximum. And if that's one way to do it, then hey, boom.
That's what I feel about when they try to explain slavery the same way.
Yeah.
That, it was because of these two people that God placed the falling curse on these certain people just because of these two entities. And that's where they're saying slavery came from. So I feel that. What you're saying, like, wild, so it's a lot of subjective thought to it, and it goes into the fact of like that's what brings us from what we thought as Christians. You're not supposed to question God. Yeah. So a lot of things go unquestioned because it's by law. You're not supposed to question it, but I feel like you can research it and try to get a better understanding of it. And that's not disrespectful.
Instead of questioning God, I ask for knowledge on the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. When you read the scripture, you have to make sure that you ask God to keep you in a spiritual mind because you're reading perfection. That man called by God, you can't go back and question him because you have a fleshly flaw. Yeah. If he's your pastor, you got to trust your pastor to guide you and not question him. Because if you did, you could be questioning God and not even realize it. Yeah. And like my man just said, you can't add to it and you can't take away. God's word is God's word. You got to be careful about that.
Yeah. So the business structure.
The business structure, if you walk into a church in December and it's 32 degrees outside, no gas on, no lights on, no power on, how would you feel?
Like the pastor.
What would you say about the church?
That pastor ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Okay. Yeah. You just answered my question.
Living down by the pastor.
So the business side makes sure that those things of operation are in place. That has to happen. You can't, a church, we have to have our tax structure right. We have to have our property lined up. We have to have the ceiling repaired. We have to have the lights on. We have to have the place clean. You're not gonna sit in a church and it's mess everywhere. Yeah. You got trash all down the hallway, paint falling off the walls, pews raggedy, even though that's not that doesn't make it, but people understand God deserves greatness. Now I'm not gonna summarize what other preachers do. I'm not gonna do like my boy Ty did. But as for my church, New Birth, we honor our building as a temple to God. When you look at how much money Solomon and these guys put into the temple, it dwarfs what we put in there. We can't even measure up to what churches made out of gold because they honored God at a high level. I could not. That's why you had a lot of older pastors who you saw them all the time painting and fixing. I always saw Reverend Chappelle working on the church because that was a temple that we went in to worship God, so he deserves the best. And that's the approach that I take from it. I want to give it my very best. So you have to operate as a business in order to have the money to repair, because people don't respect churches like they should. So they, some people tie some people.
Your church parking lot and did.
Oh yeah,
did the Third Avenue on Classic.
Yeah, yeah. Man,
they spent the block.
Park. Yeah. They
just the Krispy Kreme Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes, sir. Had a bunch of them in there. They had cream flavored, all of them in there. And then one of the guys who was coming, he said, "Well, they didn't hurt nothing." I said, "I tell you what you do. I'm gonna have that guy come spin out in your mama front yard." He said, "No." I said, "Well, if you don't want me to spin out in your mama yard, why you want me to spin out in God's yard? What's the difference?" And he didn't reply no more. So you have to treat the church as a business to make it a successful place of worship. Otherwise you wouldn't have a facility.
Yeah. Even
if you had a tent, you got to buy that tent. You got to have somewhere to let that tent up. No matter what you do, it takes business. Anyone don't understand that. Now, you could say some pastors may be absorbent in what they do, luxury, but it's according to that pastor. I'm not going to condone what a pastor does unless it's obvious what he's doing is wrong. Obvious.
You hate that word.
Yeah.
Like coach.
What would you all call that you all would see you would be uncomfortable with in a church if you saw a church that's going overboard with something?
Creflo Dollar on the jet. On demand.
So the only reason I can accept the jets from the super pastors and stuff is because they got to be at a certain place at a certain time.
That's it.
And they'll probably be like, "Hey, Florida need me right here to speak, but I got to be back in my church service in Wyoming.
That's it.
How I'm gonna get there in an hour?
That's it.
So they need their own private jet. That's the only reason I can see that.
Yeah.
Now, if you taking it to Cancun every Sunday after church, I can't say nothing. You run that bad, bro. I don't know. I can't say nothing about that, but that's the only reason. Like Nick Saban, he can take his jet. I know a doctor at UAB when I used to work up there. Legit, he'll come to work on Saturday. He never missed an Alabama game. Private jet, all the games. He went to Ohio State when they played Ohio State. Flew straight there, 45 minutes.
It's amazing how people will criticize the church and the pastor, but it's okay for the secular world to do those type of things.
I think it's because of the pedestal that they hold.
Yeah.
The light of God to.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's when you know somebody really go to church for church. Because some people go to church. Well, I ain't going to church this Sunday because such and such ain't preaching. They preaching. I don't like them. Stay da. But what if what they said was something that God wanted you to receive? Now you didn't miss the whole message. That person because you ain't going to church to get your life changed. You're going to church for a feeling and a hype up. Because most preachers talk about money, haters, money and haters.
Yeah.
Because all my haters, when I look
for real.
You ain't got no haters. If you got haters, let me hear you say, "Hey man, hallelujah."
What the preacher said, turn to your neighbor and say, "Yeah, Glow."
Yeah, Glow. hey, every preacher in the 99 2000, y'all gonna make me lose my mind in here. No, but that'd be cool when preachers do that sometimes.
Yeah, he had an actual meaning behind that. But you gotta think about it though. They allow Pharaoh to be dripped in gold.
Yeah,
big fact.
But the man talking, speaking of the word of God, hey,
yeah, they wanted to be broken, dirty with nothing.
Do it for free.
But then they gonna talk about
with it like that though.
Well, you have to keep your services humble. You got to keep your operation humble. You can't be totally flamboyant. That's why God gave me what I had before I became the pastor. Let me have what I have, Lord. I don't want them to give them no excuse
Would you say that's caring too much about what people got to say?
No, I don't want their weakness to interfere with them worshiping.
And Jesus was flexing. Ain't no way you had a piece of bread and 2 fish.
Oh God, you didn't.
Hold on, you done fed thousands.
Yeah.
Some sushi up.
5,000 women, 5,000 men, not including women and children.
That's just like on the Book of Clarence. He said, bro, I seen him, bro. He was getting hit by rocks. That boy stopped the rocks.
That was a funny movie.
Yeah. We
watched it.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Because he didn't want to watch it at first. He thought it was something that was like to turn you away from
antagonizing God. But it was
like the complete opposite.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again. It was a good movie. Yeah.
But as far as structure though, like you said, churches, you have to have structure in the church.
Yeah.
Church is a part of structure in colonization too.
Yeah.
Because when America got colonized, every day back to, when they came over here and took the land, to build a town or a city, you start with a church, then a school, and then you put houses and everything around, a farm, everything. But you start with the church to base your city off of.
Because that's how when the Spaniards first met the Moors back in like way before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was like, hey, look, this is book right here. We going to war with them over there. Right here in this book, it says if you don't love your brother, then you can't go to heaven.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm your brother. So if you don't help me, then you going to hell. What is hell? Well, this is hell right here. Flip, flip, flip. It's a hot fiery furnace place. Well, what's heaven? Right here. Streets made of gold, da 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 da. And then that's how they got us. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that when you look at scripture again, Christian belief it became known as Christian belief when Christ came on the scene.
Yeah.
So the people get that mixed up. It hadn't been that name the whole time because Christ hadn't come. He didn't come, and he wasn't there with Moses. So all they knew Savior was coming. So as he came on the scene, then the name was coined Christianity.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christianity.
So it kind of backdated. So people think that it was one race brought. No, Christ been here the whole time. He was here in Genesis 1:1. He was here. He said, "Let us." He was already there.
Yeah.
So it started in the beginning.
Yeah. Shout out to Jesus, man.
Yeah. So that structure, man, you got to have structure. I mean, you got structure. You might have anybody. You might have the wrong person in the pulpit.
I think there is a such thing as structure chaos, though.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of us live on now. Like we say we don't have structure, but we have it. It's just a little bit more chaotic.
Yep.
And it makes us feel free.
Yep.
So that's probably why.
Ty said what he said.
Yeah, it's probably why he said what he said, but it's actually structured, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't have been speaking his mind right now.
He have a lot of energy when he perform.
Yeah.
And so certain fleshly faith say you shouldn't wear jeans in the pulpit and you shouldn't sing his music as secular music and all, because that's what I think he might have come out of that caused him to say that. But
yeah, because he's from Pentecostal church.
Yeah, so he wanted, and that was their structure there. So he's speaking from a structure he came out of. But now you see people across the country. Now you find people preachers in tennis shoes and all type of stuff going on.
They don't even wear like regular robes. Yeah. Robes is a thing of the past.
Shout out to Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike be so casual.
Yeah,
dripped out though.
Yeah. Now I wear a robe. I wear a robe on certain things that I really give honor to. You still have that respect. Baptismal, marriage, those really sacred ordinances of the church that you have to do that. I still wear a robe for that. That's just to give respect to Christ. That's a respect thing from me to him. That's my personal respect to him. I honor him with that. And so I don't downplay anybody who wear what they wear. I just want to give him my very best. And so I use that.
You be suited and booted, my boy. You be sharp up there, boy.
Man, look, you supposed to wear your best. That's why you have to be careful when you tell folks to wear anything to church. Because they'll come in and wear anything, and then you talk about them. Because they won't anything, but you told them to wear anything.
Yeah.
But
I think you should tell them to wear anything, but just have an open heart to the situation.
Yeah. And then a person's best might not be what you think it is. Their best might be that pair of jeans that's tattered, torn. That might be their best. So you have to be careful when you criticize folks.
Right.
because you don't know what their best is. You have to say he's coming with his best, and you pray for that person.
Yeah.
You know,
there was a time where we had cut off hoodie shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I used to see them in church so much. I'm like, bro, you got to get that off you. in the house of the Lord. You got to take it off, period. I hate them. I hate that. That's terrible. God
ain't about the short sleeve hoodies.
Yes, sir. God ain't pleased. God ain't pleased.
Yeah. So, y'all, I'm glad to hear y'all say that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody.
Well, let me ask y'all a question. What do y'all think is stopping your age group from coming back to church? What do you think
the
it is?
Stigma on church,
and which is
the word church.
What is it?
They attach the people to the word church.
I mean, when you
like,
say
you got like hypocrites that sit up in the pulpit. You got gay people that's super heavy in the choir and musician of music. You got child molesters sit up on the front row with the deacon boy. You got ushers that's perverts. You got welcome people. It's just people to our generation, so quote unquote woke, that we think with our flesh, and that's supposed to be the right thing, opposed to just letting your spirit guide you the way you need to go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like they worry about more the members of that, and other than getting the word in God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you have the same people that sit in the office with the same issues, but you still go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in Walmart, you got the same pervert, the same sinners, the same cussers, the same killers walking. But it's okay to go in Walmart.
But the difference,
when they show up in church,
is one of them is just recreational or necessity. The other one is spiritual. Yeah. So I would hold that to a way higher regard than going to Walmart or something like that.
Okay.
I think it's on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're actually in a generational battle all around,
mm-hmm.
and I think we as generations are fighting each other so much on other plateaus
mm-hmm.
that it's leaking over into the church, when it becomes the
Gotcha.
main battle.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Nobody want to listen to the older generation because it's like a realization. Like, one thing I did as growing up, I realized, oh, my parents lie.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought that as a kid,
mm-hmm.
but growing up, now you realize, oh, they human beings, and you realizing everything they did and what they went through. Now, the light that you had over your parents, like you had the light over the preacher,
yeah,
is dim now. So you're like, it's crazy. I ain't never expect you to do that.
Yeah.
So now it's like, as a generation, we're better people because we preach therapy, woke stuff. So we getting ourselves right. We trying to heal ourselves over things that our parents can heal for, but it's not being translated well.
Yeah.
So everybody fighting back, and that shouldn't be that way.
That, and I think it's too many alternatives.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Too many. You got people that be praying to rocks.
Yep.
You got people that pray